Hey, welcome back, guys. We're here because of the new challenge for Zatanna. So this is our usual challenge reset video.
Yeah, so if you've seen our other videos, the easiest and fastest thing to say is it still works, it's still the same method, you can go do that now. But if you are new to the channel, new to the challenge reset, or if you just want to check that you're doing it right, this is your place. So, basically, the concept of the challenge reset is that you can completely reset the challenge mode while keeping all of the rewards from doing it to the point of being able to do it again and get the rewards again.
Right. So you keep all the rewards. What you're doing is just you're getting the opportunity to repeat it at the standard difficulty. So an easier difficulty, if for example you can't get through the expert mode or nightmare mode.
And you can reset this at any point in the challenge, so if you want to go for nightmare mode or expert mode, you can feel free and reset it at any time that you hit a wall.
And if you're not even good enough to finish standard, what you could do is just do a couple of ladders, get some of the intermediate rewards.
And at that level, you know, leveling up your bronze guys isn't bad there. Just getting a little bit of XP, a little bit of money.
So a few sort of housekeeping notes. One is, this is Android only. We only have Android devices. We have no Apple devices. We can't test this on Apple. Historically, the techniques on Apple are different.
And so this probably won't work if you're on Apple.
And it's not every Android device. Some people still report problems with Android devices. So we're going to talk about a few other solutions at the end of it after we've completed this particular reset.
Yeah.
Alright, so the first step, I mean, we've already waited long enough while we're sort of sitting around chatting, but typically, when you start from a fresh sort of start of Injustice, you can't go to this right away because there's something that, whether the Injustice actually checks in with the WBIB servers, I don't know, but what you want to do is
wait a minute.
Wait a few moments. It doesn't have to be a lot. What we've used as a general guideline is you go into your collection, you take a look at your gears. When the gear populates, the pictures, then you know you've waited long enough. Then we go to our settings.
And this part is just turning all connection to the internet off. So that's Wi-Fi if Wi-Fi. You turn on airplane mode if you have data, just any way that you can turn off internet. So now what we're doing is we're setting it forward to a date past when the challenge is completed. And the one thing here that we do is you can potentially lose your gold packs if you set your date forward.
The discount gold packs.
The discount gold packs, yeah. If you set your date forward and then accidentally go to the store. So we try to set it not too far ahead. We don't want to do like a year ahead or anything, because then we don't run the risk of losing our gold packs for near as long. Which is always just better safe than sorry.
Yeah, but if you don't go into your store while you've time shift in the future, there's not really any risk. The danger is always, it's when you do certain things over and over again.
You get complacent and you kind of just, you're more likely to make mistakes, yeah. So if you want to, we like doing it to like maybe 3 or 4 days after the challenge is over, like just a kind of quick internal count. If you want to, you can always just set it forward exactly a month, because that'll always be after the challenge is over, but that's just the reason why we do it the way we do it.
Yeah, and if this method is gonna fail, it typically fails here. So you notice our device is a little bit old. The screen loads slow. You see in the bottom side, the challenge says 18 days. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to show the challenge progress that we had.
Oh, that's too bad. But anyways, if this fails, it'll say 16,000 something days instead of 18 days.
Or whatever the actual number of days is. What you'll see is actually, you see the credits that we have at the bottom. We have 84 challenge credits. Well, that's Alliance credits.
Alliance, oh, sorry.
Yeah, so the challenge credits, we've got 84. What happens with the reset is, it will get rid of all your credits and start you and give to 0 and give you another 25. What we're doing here is you have to wait literally 1 minute.
Which is what we found.
Yeah. Sometimes if you do it a little bit faster, it's not a big deal, it'll still work. But if you want to be consistent and not waste the time that you've put into doing this already, wait a full minute.
Yeah, this is just the most efficient way that we found to reliably do it.
If you don't wait a minute, what happens next when you go into this the challenge, it'll show challenge expired. What we want to have happen is it's going to say, here's 25 challenge credits.
Yeah, that's the optimal.
Right, actually, when does it expire? Then I can figure out what date. Expires May 13th. Okay, so that was a couple days in. So now we've waited a minute. We hit the challenge.
I think you were 15th, right? That's pretty good.
Alright, 25 credits. And now, we do not reestablish connection, but we do change our date back to the time when the challenge is not over. So we didn't click confirm on 25 credits. We come right back out. And this is so it doesn't actually expire. It comes back out, and we've still got those 25 credits. And we're going to do it one more time to get the first 50 credits.
And then we're going to lock it in.
And then we're going to do another step at the end to get another 25 credits. The idea is it takes 63 credits, challenge credits, to complete each challenge iteration. Like if you want to do it on standard, expert, or nightmare, you want to go through it once, that costs you 63 credits.
Yeah, and every time we do these series of steps, we get another 25. So the closest multiple of 25 that you can do is 75, and this just allows you to not have to grind at all and be able to complete standard difficulty just only using this challenge reset.
Now confirm.
Click
it says
confirm to all
challenge
of them.
expires, so we can confirm that because we're back in the right time, so we don't mind.
And it'll expire the challenge again.
Okay, so now you see we've got 25 credits when we had 80 something. It would have been nice actually if I'd shown you our challenge progress, but what I can do is show you Zatanna at the end of it.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
Alright, so now that we're not connected, we are back in the present. Let's shift back into the future one more time, and we're going to repeat that step one more time. We're going to go back
to the 15th or the 14th.
It's literally 1 minute when we hit the screen again. And once you get past the first step, if that first step worked and you didn't get 16,000, you're home free. You're clear.
Yeah, if you do all these just on instructions, all these will work fine.
So if this doesn't work for you, we had an older version of this. We've got a playlist of just challenge resets, and you start from the beginning of that playlist. The first few are slightly different techniques. This is the one that we like the best because it saves us from having to grind for more challenge credits.
Yeah. The first technique actually got patched, probably accidentally, by one of the changes they made. And then it got unpatched later.
Yeah, I don't think they actually intentionally did anything to fix it. It just stopped working for a bit, and then started working again.
Yeah, it was like from one update to the next, right? For the new character packs or something. Or maybe not even that long.
So a minute. So, and one of the things that happens typically is people can... we've seen a lot of comments where people say, well, it worked for me the first couple of times and then it stopped working. I think that some of it will have to do with timing. When you've gotten more comfortable with doing it, you tend to do it a little bit faster.
And that's sometimes wrong.
Yeah, sometimes that'll make the difference between doing it right or wrong. So if you've done it a couple times and it works, it's still working for us. But you might want to just do it along with the video so the timing is right.
Yeah. And one inevitable question that we almost always get is, will this get you banned? And we'd like to say, as we always do for these things, that we've done this hundreds of times, and it has not gotten us banned yet. So, the tentative answer is no, it will not. But, as always, we can't give a 100% guarantee.
Right. Yeah, but we haven't run into trouble with this yet. As the last resort for some... Oh, actually, it's a minute now. Hold on. There's our 25 credits. Now, that will add up to 50. We can come back online because we are Wi-Fi. We put Wi-Fi. If your data, turn off airplane mode. As a last resort, this has been reported by some as working. We can't confirm it because we've never actually had the challenge reset fail on us, like for months now.
Oh, yeah.
At least a few commenters have said that if you uninstall and reinstall, for that reason your challenge reset will start working.
Now, we've had, I think, 3 people say it now.
So, what we suggest is a couple things. Your WBID will back up your data, so you should go online at least once before you try any kind of reinstallation.
And also save it with a third-party service. We use Helium, but you can really use whatever you want for that.
Yeah, Helium's pretty good because you don't need to root your device. And Titanium's pretty popular for people who have rooted their devices.
Yeah. And if you really wanted to, you could even save it on an external source like your computer.
Right.
Just make sure that the data is somewhere that isn't just
so now we can confirm.
on Injustice, if you want to take that risk.
Alright, so there's one more step, but I just want to actually, you know what? Maybe I'm going to do this one step is this the sort of half step is not necessary most of the time, but every once in a while fails. So what I do to lock in the progress is have one really like stupid easy fight. But because it's double credits time, I don't want to actually
waste it.
Yeah.
Oh, are you going to do a Red Sun team fight?
No, I'm going to do I'm going to just level up Zatanna a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So what's cool is, hold on, actually, this is...
It's Z, yeah. They have so many characters now.
I know, I think it's...
83, I think.
Maybe even more.
Well, I know for the WBID one where we showed clearing the app data, it said 80-something.
Oh,
Less than 85, more than 80.
You know what I'll actually show you is Static, who is the big deal for this. I mean, you don't usually need that strong a team to do any grinding.
Yeah.
Alright, so let me load up Deathstroke so it'll just be relatively quick.
And there are some people who have been complaining a little bit about how for the second anniversary, they didn't really do a huge amount.
That Warner Brothers overpromised and underdelivered?
Yeah, but I think what's really cool is Static's a completely new character. He's not on the console, which I can vouch for because I have the console version now. He's completely new moveset. He's not a reskin of anyone. He is the only version of that character. There's no alternate universes, and that's actually really, really cool. He's fun to play around with. He's like Lobo on steroids, and I really like him. And I think the main problem was that was no one's surprised because of all the hackers who've already gotten.
Right. So if you could fault Warner Brothers for anything, it's really not paying enough attention to what was happening in the community. With people were facing an MP, which were accounts that already had Static even before he was available.
Yeah.
And if we hadn't had the chance to see him already, I think it would have been a pretty good sort of second anniversary present to us.
Because he's a cool guy. And his gear is really nice. His gear has good synergy with him. There's just a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah, he's definitely interesting. I mean, his moves look different. His power is definitely different.
And I think one problem too is with the double credit weekend, for almost everybody, that's really, really helpful. I think maybe some of the people who've been playing for a really long time and feel like they really don't need that, or that would have been a lot more helpful earlier on in their playing, feel like it's a bit of a jip.
Oh, you swapped out already.
Deathstroke.
Yeah, I got. I'm not so good at that. Her cards go really fast.
Yeah, they changed that when they updated Harley. I hope they do that for her too. But I guess that might be kind of part of the point.
Oh, you know what? I showed Zatanna. My point was I was going to show Static. Never mind. All right, so you do one fight. You lock in your progress. You do not do any of the challenge, and we shut it down.
All the way out. Swipe it out of your menu. Close it all the way down so that... Oh, you opened Immortals.
Oh, that was crazy. Alright.
You're just too used to it.
Thick fingers. Alright. So, and the idea is this will give you your last 25 credits. When you go back into the game, and we're going to edit that out where it showed our emails, we're going to get your last 25 credits, 75 credits total. You complete the challenge without having to grind for any more credits.
Yeah.
So 76 now, actually, because we did that one fight to lock in. Again, that one fight is not necessary. For a lot of times we were doing it without it, but every once in a while it would just completely reset our progress anyway, so
yeah,
we've done that.
So
if you don't do that last step, the next time Injustice shuts down, you will lose your progress. It will reset it automatically, so you have to do this last step.
Not anything other than the challenge. It'll just reset your challenge progress.
Right, yeah.
But still, that's a pain in the butt. And you'll be left with the credits that you had before, and you won't get any more. So if you've almost completed the challenge, you have like 15 credits, and then it resets it on you, that kind of sucks.
Especially if you spent money to level up any of you guys. Oh, and this is new. I like this. We don't want to save our dad now because you've already saved it.
But I think that's a really good idea, that they're just making sure that their players have a method of...
And they are aware of how it works, right. So what you do is you go to the challenge. We got 51 credits. You go to challenge one more time. 25 credits. We don't have to worry about confirming because we're in the present. We are connected to the internet. Confirm and see standard.
There we go. 76.
Right
Standard, no progress.
Yeah. So a couple points to make. If it's not working for you, reinstalling has been reported to work. We can't confirm it, and to get the same effect, erasing your app data should do the same thing. So erasing the app data for Injustice should do the same thing as uninstalling and reinstalling. But try watching one of the other videos. Again, we've got a playlist with challenge resets. Take a look at that. There's a couple other versions. And the other thing is to try to slow down a little bit. Oftentimes when you're
especially if it's already worked for you at least once.
Yeah, it's because you're going too fast. Alright, well, thanks for watching. And we'll see you Tuesday, actually.
Oh, yeah. See you guys then. Bye.